those who don't know you, introduce yourself. You can literally tell us about like your favorite book or what you have for breakfast. I do not care. Say who you are.
Cool. Hi, gang. My name is Rachel. I'm the author of Wicked Hearts. I have my bedazzled copy right here. I am a book lover, a D&D nerd, and a Pokemon enthusiast. I have lost a lot of hours of my life to that game. And this is me. Hello.
Okay. I I didn't mean to go, okay, great. No, I'm trying to think. So back when I was younger, I played a Game Boy game. It was a Pokemon game. It was red. It was bigger cartridge. It was a Charizard one maybe, and that got me into Pokemon. Like
Yeah.
that was my childhood upbringing was Pokemon. I saw the Pokemon movie in theaters. Gee,
Love.
yeah.
Love. Yeah, no, I'm a big time Pokemon fan. I collected all of the cards and stuff when I was a kid, but I didn't actually start playing any of the games until Sword and Shield came out.
Hmm.
Because I didn't have a DS, I didn't have a Game Boy, I didn't like have any like video game consoles like that. And then Sword and Shield came out, and I was like, I can collect little freaks and put them in my pocket. I want that, and so that reignited my love for Pokemon. But it's always lurking like right under the surface.
I literally so one of my best friends, he does unboxings of like Pokemon cards now on like TikTok. And so I follow him and like him like it because I'm like, you go, you do your thing. But I brought my Pokemon cards over like from like 98 or something. Like it's old. And he did like some kind of like scanner thing where he could tell me if like they're worth some money. The every time he was like, it would have been worth money if it didn't have like a crease. I'm like, I'm sorry I played with them.
Yeah,
That's
sorry they're loved.
literally they're used
Yeah.
and loved. He's
Yeah.
it been $5,000. I go, don't talk to me. I don't know.
Yeah, actually keep that to yourself. Thank you very much. Like,
Stop scanning them. I don't want to hear anything else.
yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Okay, so I keep calling you in my head, and one time on a video, which I posted last night, I keep calling you the book brat. And I need to know if I love that whole thing. I need to know if that's Charlie XCX related, and that's my warm-up question for you.
So no, it's not. I came up with Book Brat quite a while ago. It started as a book review account.
Oh.
And I was like, I need something snappy. Like, I don't want to go by my name. Like, I want something a little more exciting. And then um, I was like, oh, the book brat, because like I have a lot of really strong opinions on things. And when people disagree with me, I'm like, I just don't care. Like, I just don't care. And so, like, that kind of like defiant, like, whatever kind of came to me. And I was like, I'm the book brat. Cool. And then last year I changed this account to my writing account, and I was like, I'm just gonna keep it because I mean, might as well, like I haven't built much of a following or anything, but I was like, it'd be fun to be known as like Book Brat. I think that's hilarious and whimsical. So that was pretty much it. Yeah, Brat came out, and I was like, Charlie and I are of one mind. That's so cool. That's so fun. So, but yeah, it's not Brat related. It's just a happy accident.
I saw her scrolling one time, Charlie XCX, and I saw your account and goes, that's it. That's the song of the summer. I'm gonna be a brat because it's the book brat.
What can I say? I'm a trailblazer.
That was the ugliest laugh I've ever done. I'm so sorry. Anyway, amen. I was gonna say, the book review thing. I love how you're just like, I don't care what people think about. Because amen. I am so picky with books, and when I like a book or I don't like a book, I really don't do it because someone tells me to like it. Like
Hmm.
because I want to like it or not like it. Who cares? Like,
Yeah. Yeah, I have a very strong opinion on a book that's like very, very loved amongst readers, and I hated it with every fiber of my being. It just wasn't for me, honestly. Like, I'm sure I can see like merit where it belongs and like why people would enjoy the story, but for me, I was like, I read it in one day so that I could be done with it. Like, I just needed to get through it, and I didn't want to leave it unread because I hate not finishing books. And I was like, maybe it gets better in the last third. No, it didn't.
so you're not a DNFer? You don't DNF?
Very rarely do I DNF. I have DNF'd before, but that's honestly if I find like the main character like so beyond insufferable. It's like it's like taking me out of the reading experience. Um, but I think I've DNF'd like 3 books in my life. Yeah.
Oh, I gotta say, the whole quote of "I don't have time to read bad books." They're bad to me, not to somebody else probably. If I
Yeah.
don't like it, I'm not going. Also, I gotta say this. I'm leaving it out there. If a book doesn't grip me within the first, I don't know, 20, 30 pages,
Yeah.
and people say keep reading, it gets better at the end, I'm not gonna read. Better at the end? You want to read the whole thing?
You want me to do work to get here? Like, that's how
Literally.
I feel when people are like, oh, this series is really good. It gets really good around book 4. There's 3 books before that. What are you talking about? Like, I'm not wasting my time. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
So every time someone says that, I'm like, that's so fun. Have fun reading it. I'll be over here. Like, I just can't do it.
Yeah, pass. Thanks,
Yeah.
guys.
Yeah.
Uh, I do have questions, I promise. So this is great. So before we fully get into Wicked Hearts, your book, I
Yeah.
want to talk about your dedication, which is kind of this question is kind of deep, and I'm like, Megan, where did I go from this? But your dedication says, to anyone who has ever found family in their friendships, may they last many lifetimes. So I relate to this like so hard because my family, like my immediate family, is super small. Like I have me, my mom, my dad, my brother, and like my grandpa's around, but like, okay, great. Um, so like TMI, but my heart kind of aches sometimes when there's like all these big family gatherings and for holidays. I don't do anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm there with you.
I sit, whatever. Everyone goes, how did you, like your holiday? I go, same as always. I was on my phone the whole time doing nothing. Um,
Yeah. I bed rotted. Thank you.
yeah, literally, I was like, I have no family to go to. But I've learned over the years as I've gotten older that kind of like this one, friends are family you choose. And
Absolutely.
I kind of feel that with my gap of family is I just have so many friends because for once in my life I get to choose them instead of having, smaller like a family member. But for your dedication, was it something wholly book driven or was it kind of a personal dedication or was it more character dedication?
Kind of yes to all. So that was actually not the dedication that I decided to go with because it felt a little too personal almost. And so I decided to kind of switch it up. I can tell you what the actual dedication is now, but for me, it's the same thing. Like everything I know about love is through my friendships, and they are so sacred and special to me. And I love my friends so much. And I plotted the book using D&D gameplay with some of my best friends, and so it was also in part a dedication to them of being like, you bozos spent so much time in my brain and you just let me do that. Like that's love. Like that's so kind of them to like, like they let me use their characters. 2 of the characters show up in the book. And I think honestly, like found family is also like my favorite trope that I find in books as well. It's like anytime I kind of come across someone who's like maybe a little more surly or like closed off, and then like the little extrovert adopts them, I'm just like, oh, yes. So like big win for me personally. And so I think like I originally wanted to do that dedication because it felt so like apt at the time, and it felt so personal. And then I kind of ended up veering away from it just because of like I don't know, the new dedication just felt like it fit better into the story, because I often describe this book as like my love letter to storytelling. And so the new dedication is like dedicated to the storytellers. But yeah, my friends will always be like my favorite people in the whole world. Like every time I get to see any of my friends, I'm like, yay, yay, happy, happy, sparkle, sparkle. Like I get so excited. And so, yeah, it was just kind of my dedication to be like, I recognize you and I hold you so close in my heart. It might make you feel suffocated and I don't care. So yeah, that's kind of like where that original dedication came from.
Okay, give me your new dedication with your bedazzled book.
My
What
bedazzled book.
love that.
I spent so much time. This is actually, fun fact, speaking of friendships, this is the book that I had a book launch party and I had all of my guests sign my copy because I was like, well, if I'm signing yours, then you have to sign mine. That's only fair. Um, so the new dedication is, for the storytellers, may you find a home in the pages of everything you read, write, and dream. Um, yeah,
That was a good one too, though.
thanks.
I was like, how long did that take you to come up with that dedication? Because that was really well written too.
Thanks. I came up with it in like 5 minutes. I was like, I need a new dedication, blah, 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 and that was it. I tried not to think too hard about it, um, because otherwise, like, I would have just been sitting there like,
Correct.
what? Like, so when it comes to things like dedications, acknowledgments, like the author bio, like I just try to like spit out whatever I can think of, and then I just like put it away because otherwise I'm going to be spending probably the most time on it out of everything in the book.
My thing is, if I look at something of my writing, no matter how small, if I look at too much, I'm like, let me just change everything, but also go back to the same thing and then change it again. Stop doing it, Megan. Like,
Yeah. No, like stop nitpicking, honestly. Like, and I have such a bad habit about that because I consistently cycle through everything I touch is perfect and this is a masterpiece and you should be so grateful that you're reading this, to like, please don't read this, and if you do, don't look me in the eye when you do it. Like, I'm so scared of your opinion, and so I find like when I get nitpicky and I look at all of the like little nuances and things that are not relevant to the book at all, like a dedication, like acknowledgments, like an author bio, I just kind of have to be like, okay, no one cares about this as much as they care about like the content of the book. So perhaps we move on. And if you really feel inspired to change it later, you may. I give myself permission to change three major things in the manuscript and then like a bunch of little minor things if I want. But if I go outside of that three major things, no one's ever going to read anything I write ever. So like, we got to keep it snappy, you know?
that is so smart.
Yeah.
Wait, more people need to know that.
It's a rule I have to set with myself because I kind of fall into the hyper focus rabbit hole
Yeah.
of like, oh, like this sentence structure, I don't know how I feel about it. And I'm like, it is a 500-page book. Do you think anyone's going to pay that much attention to this sentence? Like, and I remember there was one specific like passage in the book that I was like really, really struggling with for a while. And when my best friend read it, I was like, give it to me straight, Doc. Like, is it really bad? Is it as bad as I think it is? And she was like, no, I have no idea what you're talking about. And I was like, okay.
Yeah.
So is it like really good then? And she was like, yeah, stupid, move on. And I was like, okay, I have permission to move on now. So
Yeah, as someone who likes to write, I feel the same. Yeah, I need to do that too. I haven't written a book like that, but if I ever did, smart. Okay, we're officially going to get into more of the past dedication of Wicked Hearts, more into the book.
yeah.
Okay, Wicked Hearts came out October of last year, so however many months that is. Again, I don't do math.
Yeah.
I want to read the first line in the synopsis because it's the type of like line that pulls you in and makes you want to read it. So let me do this in my audiobook voice. No, I'm kidding. I don't have one of those. They are 5 years old the first time the nightmare creeps into their minds and settles there. A silent curse they cannot yet understand. And that isn't even the synopsis. Like, that is just part of the first line. Immediately, I'm like, purchase, want this.
Well, thank you.
So, yeah, I'm like, snap for that. So, this book is a darker fantasy with a magic system, a curse, and a good high seas adventure. It has it all pretty much in these 500 pages. With all these story aspects kind of like smooshed together in a good way. When was the moment when you said, I'm going to write this story down and see where it goes? Because I know you did some D&D things with it. Like, when was the moment where you said, where's my computer? I'm going to write it.
So I have like a little bit of a I say process, it's my brain eating itself, but basically like I kept having a dream about these twin siblings that kept like reaching out to me for something, and I was like, hello, what do you want from me? I don't know what to do here. And like they would never say anything, they would just reach out to me, and I'd be like, huh, okay, interesting. And then I played a one shot with my uncle, like a D&D one shot with my uncle, like probably a year before I started working on it. And it was Valentine, who's one of the main characters. And I was like, I'm obsessed with this freak and I love him and I need more of him. And then I was just kind of thinking and I was like, oh, that's one of the twins in my dream. So now I need to give him a sister. And it just kind of started snowballing from there. Um, yeah. I didn't have I didn't really have like a plot or a thought in my head. The first thing I always create are the characters. The story will come after. I need the characters first. I'm a very character driven writer. I used to write plays and like screenplays and stuff like that too. So like I'm very character focused, and so that was kind of my thing. I was like, I came up with Kala, I came up with Valentine, and then I was like, well, I need a freak with a bird, so I came up with Nico. And then I was like, well, now I kind of need the pirate, so I came up with Casper. And like, it just kind of snowballed from there. Kaz is actually my best friend's character from the campaign.
Smart.
Yeah, so we can blame her for everything he does. But he just fits so perfectly into like the main cast that I was like, hey, is it okay if I use him? And she was like, of course, like you have my full permission, you have my blessing. And yeah, I would still text her every now and again and be like, what do you think Kaz would do in this situation? Because I have thoughts, but what are your thoughts? And so I collaborated a little bit with her, but he is very different from like the campaign that we actually played as a whole. But yeah, it was characters first and then plot second. And I like Kala and Valentine, I was like, well, they have chronic nightmares, and we'll just see where that takes us. And 500 pages later, it's now on sale in a bookstore. Did my first ever signing last weekend.
I love this.
It was a very cool experience. So
I love how you're like, these twins came to me in a dream and now I want to write a book about them. Girl, I would look at you with like some kind of tarot cards after that. Like you really went for I'm gonna write about them.
yeah, no, I get really weird, like vivid dreams all the time. And so every time I get one that sticks out, I like write a note in my phone and I'm like, this will be something in the future. I don't know. I've got like 7 novel ideas from dreams I've had in the last year. So I'll be busy for a while, I think.
Okay, so a lot of people I know, a lot of authors I know, they will like say like this. Like my friend Mina, she had a whole story because someone came in, like not someone, but like a character came to her in a dream. My dreams are literally like my boss once, like in my dream, called me and was like, "Can you pick me up from the airport?" Like that is my kind of dream. I I that was like 2 nights ago. I don't know how to get those dreams, but I feel like if I got dreams that gave me like a book idea, I would not. I mean, I would write them so fast that I would not pay attention to life in general. I'd be like, I need to get this down.
Yeah, it's funny because like either my dreams are like these twin souls need your help, or it's like a bear is mad at me because I stole his soup. Like there's no in between. Or sometimes it's like a fun little classic, like all of your teeth have fallen out and you just gotta be toothless now. Like that's it. Like that's the whole scope of my dreams.
I I have the teeth thing, and I don't know why. It that still haunts me. I don't know, and I have no brakes in my car. That's my dreams. Never.
Oh, yeah. I allegedly the whole teeth thing is because it's like you feel like you're losing a sense of like control over something in your
Oh,
life. And I was like, every time I get a dream like that, I'm like, oh, that's nice. Shut up, subconscious. What are we talking about? That's so rude. Wow.
bring back the
Um,
twins. Like stop doing teeth. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So but yeah, that's kind of like what the process was for me with it. And then after I came up with the characters, I like called up some of my friends and I was like, this might be nothing and it might be something really cool. Like, do you want to play this D&D like campaign with me and just like see where it goes? And because my friends are so cool, they were like, yes, see you tomorrow. And I was like, cool, love that. And now we're currently running the campaign for book 3. So
Okay,
yeah.
but do you take notes? Are you like doing the campaign and you're like, let me just write this down?
Yeah, so I take notes. I also record the session so that I can listen back because there are some times where I'm like, what even did happen? I blacked out. I don't know. I know that we threw some dice and hoped for the best, but past that, no idea. So I like to record the session so I can go back to them as well.
What are there? Okay, so are there any parts of Wicked Heart? Sorry, Wicked Hearts. Because I did parts and I did S there. Wicked Hearts, um, where it's not from a campaign or a one shot. It's just like from your brain. Because
Honestly, like the whole thing, the manuscript is completely different from the game that we played.
Oh,
Yeah, the outcome is completely different. Like the characters are completely different. The plot line is completely different. Like it was more like I was using that campaign to kind of like flesh out my world. But even then, like the world's kind of different now. Like it was just more an excuse to make my friends hang out with me.
wait, I need that. I'm gonna do a group chat and say, hey everyone, guess what? I'm writing a book. Let's all hang out.
Yeah, yeah.
I love that. Okay, this is a broad question, but you kind of hinted at it, so I'm gonna ask, what's next for Rachel?
I'm working on book 2 right now. I'm hoping to release that in January of next year. And I'm kind of working on book 3 in tandem because it's not a part of like the main storyline. So, and it's going to be a lot smaller. So I'm kind of like, cool, I can like release this like maybe a couple months after book 2 because it's more like book 1 and 2 follow the same characters. And then book 3 is like the origin story of the gods. So it's like a prequel, but like not really. It's like set in the same world with the same gods that you spend book 1 and 2 meeting, but it's about like the cataclysmic event that happened prior to the happenings of book 1, and just kind of like why the gods are in the situation that they're in because they're currently locked away in their own realms and they can't get out. Um, and so yeah, it's more about like how they got into that situation.
So are you? I'm not good at knowing book things all the time. Is that a prequel, or is that just gonna be like a different but still same book 3? If that makes sense.
I feel like it kind of sits in between the two. Like I a prequel in the sense of like it gives you context to like some of the things that they refer to in book 1 and 2, but like book 3 on its own because it's not following the same characters and it's not necessarily all going to be super relevant to book 1 and 2. So it's it's that.
I feel that. Where's the best place we can buy your book?
It is currently on sale on Amazon. Don't love Bezos, but that's like the easiest way for people to get it. People can order it through me. I've had a lot of issues getting books out to people lately, though. So, like, it's more like you can order it through me if you're willing to wait maybe a minute or two, or 6. But honestly, like, anywhere people want to get it, like, it's also on the Kindle store. Like, I'm just grateful that people want to read it. So, and if you're in Vancouver, BC, it is for sale in store at Indigo Robson and soon to be Indigo Granville Street location as well. And I am doing a signing at Indigo Granville on April 12th.
I'm not even in Canada, and I'm excited for you.
Thank you. My first signing was really successful. I brought 20 books. I sold 16 of them, which was like a huge deal for me. And I think honestly, it's because I think it's because the cover is so cool. Like
Yeah.
my artist just gets me, and I can take credit for like the concept of the book cover, but like the character art and the book cover and everything was completely done by my friend Sarah. She is so unbelievably talented. It like makes me sick. And I think like a lot of people were drawn to it because they were like, that is a heart in a picture frame. What is happening? And I'm like, well, let me tell you. And it just kind of like gets the ball rolling into the conversation. So I'm really grateful that I have a really cool cover.
I think it was like one of our emails. I was like, your cover, amazing, top notch.
Yeah, it's a really cool cover. Like, not to brag, but like she
Brand-
did that. That's so crazy. Like, because I texted her and I was like, how much do you love me? And she was like, I hate this question so much already. And I was like, yes, correct. I've known her for like 13 years or something. We've known each other for a really long time. And I was like, so if I told you about this concept, and she was like, I'll do it, but I hate you. And I was like, perfect. And so I gave her the concept, and she took, I think the frame alone took her like a month and a half, 2 months, something like that. And she sent me the final cover and she was like, here's the cover. Unfortunately, after this, I might have to kill you. And I was like, yeah, that's so fair. Like, and I would allow that because you really did that. And I tortured you with it forever and ever and ever. So she's the best. She's absolutely the best. But I think that I texted her and I was like, hey, cover concept for book 2. And she was like, I've had enough of you. And I was like, yeah, yeah, for
she goes,
sure.
new phone, who is Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. But in my acknowledgments, I even say like I promise no frames next time, you know. So like I have a cool concept for book 2 cover. It's not going to be nearly as intense as this one, but I think it's still going to be really cool. So I hope that she still loves me enough to do it.
We'll see you and her for book 2. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Like, Sarah, please. And she's gonna be like,
Ding dong.
girl, please. Like, tea, please. So yeah, I'm very excited for our concept conversations and stuff like that.
Rachel, the book brat. It has been an absolute pleasure talking and laughing with you. Thank you for doing all the above, talking and laughing with me.
Thank you. That was a blast. My
Okay.
first ever interview.
Was your first ever interview?
First ever.
For one thing, you did great. Also, I'm honored. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for taking the leap.
Yeah. See, she'd be laughing at that. It's funny, but okay. I will see you next time. Have a great. I was like, what time is it there?
5:30.
Have a great night. There you go.
You have a good night too.
Bye, Rachel.
Okay, bye.
Bye.